What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Shout out to the joiners, shout out to Point of View crew, and straight up, I do apologize that the videos have not been flowing like they should. I've not been doing it like I should if I could. But I can, that's the thing, I can, so I don't know why I'm not. Why I haven't been. No answers. I'm kind of like bummed out at it too, like Splinter, how come you've not been uploading? But that's the past. One thing we don't do on Prison POV is trip on the rearview mirror. We're about yesterday. We're going to push forward. I already have the next 3 or 4 thumbnails for the next videos. I'm going to do them tomorrow, day after tomorrow, because I know a lot of you guys are probably home and enjoying the vacations, holidays. You want to check out YouTube, homeboy, and I got you. And the next video, man, it's a highly requested video. I've been dragging my feet to get it done because I'm going to have to just reach into my heart and soul, bro, to make it happen. But that's what we're going to do. Make it happen, Captain. Because that's what's up. And right now, we're going to do a viewer's choice video. I love them so much, bro. I love them. They're my favorite. You guys never let me down. You know what's up with it. Viewer's choice. Let's just get right into it, bro. That's how bomb this is. I don't even want to waste no more time. Dude, let me say this, though. Can I blow your mind real quick? Saturn. I know this is like a rabbit trail. Saturn. Do you know Saturn is called the gas planet? It's not even made of solid material. Like, you couldn't take your spaceship to Saturn and then get off and, like, walk around, maybe go climb a mountain. No mountains, no walking. You might find some sludge, but it's straight up gas. It's called the gas planet. It's not even solid. Bro, trip on that. And the rings are created by 2 of its 50 moons. Dude, can you imagine 50 moons? What if Earth had 50 moons and you walked outside and be like, dang! But Saturn, homeboy, those rings are caused by 2 of its 50 moons. One's on the outside of that ring, one's on the inside of it, and they go around, make the ring of the gas planet, and bro, yes, knowledge is key. That is some knowledge, bro. Might be some useless knowledge, but I mean, it's very, very interesting. Let's get back to the video. Let's go ahead and rein it on in, Splinter. I do refer to myself as third person sometimes. It works. You should try it. So, viewer's choice. Eric Draper. Homeboy, he said, have you ever had any solid homeboys in prison or jail and you get their hookup, you exchange numbers, you get out there on the streets, hit a lick with them, and they turn out to just be wackadoo, is the word he used, or funny style? So you're kicking up dust with some dude in the pen, you get out on the streets, and he is not the same dude. Yes, it's happened so often that towards the end of my prison career, I just quit asking homeboys for their hookup. I just looked at it like, if I don't already know you, from wherever. If I don't already know you on the streets, dude, I don't need no more homeboys to run around with on the streets. Because a lot of times, yeah, bro, you meet someone in there and they're totally different out there. The dude Ronnie, who gave my nickname Splinter, totally different dude out there. Can't even really kick it with them. Love him to death. Solid ass dude. At that time, when he gave my nickname Splinter, we were in Barracks 21 on the farm. We were at war with the Southsiders. And the woods were short. We were very outnumbered. We didn't give a fizzuck. We're handling it back to back, dog, and we're getting it done. Get on the street with them. He trips on those chicks. I can't get down like that, dog. I can't be a part of it. I can't come over and kick with you, and you got some female around, and you're tripping on me, what I may or may not do. And one time he swung on me, dude. Later on, he said, just based on, he said. Based on what? He's like, just in case. Because I went to his pad. He was outside. He's like, go ahead and go on in. And I went inside, and there was a female there. And I already felt a lot of tension. And I'm not going to be inside his pad alone with that female for any length of time. I know how he is. So I flipped a 180 as soon as I laid eyes on her. Went right back outside, walked up to him, and he swung on me. I barely ducked it, homeboy. And I said, what's up with that? We're getting ready to sling him. Why'd you do that? It was based on, just in case. Just in case what? You lost all of your brain, not just half of it? Good dude. Gave me my nickname. Love his life in there in the streets. It's like, hi, bye. Catch you later. Same with the homeboy Ghost. Been knowing him for years and years. Ever since like my first term, known him from county jail, seen him in the pen, on the streets. Bro, is this homeboy? We're not the same speed, not cut from the same cloth. I go to his pad. We're in the living room, kick it back, chilling out. I like to kick it like Bruce Lee, and he's going out the kitchen window, going onto the roof, jumping down to the front yard, coming back into the front door, and he go out the kitchen window on the roof. Finally, I was like, dude, who's on the roof? Tell him I said hi. What's going on up there? What's going on down here? Is this like the pre-party? And once you feel like I'm worthy or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you'll introduce me to what's going on upstairs, like the roof. Like, what is up there? Because you keep going up and you're spending most of your time up there. As a matter of fact, I don't get it. I want to be let in on this like secret, like with the roof. And there was nothing going up there. And whatever he had, like I would not be able to get it because it went over my head. Whatever, be that as it may. But dude, just another incident. Bro, this dude's zombie. I'll just stop there. Same thing though. Supposed to be a solid ass dude. I guess a solid ass dude. See him on the streets. Not so much. Alright, man. That's what's up with that. So, also, Eric Draper. He hit me with another question. I figured we'd do it back to back. He said, how did I learn the ropes or get schooled? In county jail, how did I learn what was going on by the time I got to prison? How did I know what to do and not to do? One thing about the Kern County Jail, hardcore politics. Our farm is ran like a level 4 prison, all bullshit aside. And it's a 900-man facility, 22 barracks. They all surround a big yard. And when I first started doing time, that yard was open almost all day. And even had night yard. We had weights, we had tobacco, contact visits. And bro, it didn't matter. The gang unit or whatever was non-existent. They didn't keep NLRs locked up in a little secret hole. They didn't keep the brand or in any of those groups, any of those high power organizations. They didn't keep them locked away. They put them right in the farm with everybody else. And they go out there and set up and structure it like a damn level 4, homeboy. A lot of time hands off, or multiple hands on. Break out the burners, the bone crushers, all that. And dude, right when I first started doing time, I got in trouble right away. Working in the kitchen. I was in Barracks 1. They moved me to Barracks 21. To work in the kitchen, and I told the dudes in Barracks 1 who I was with, these dudes from the ride, I'd give you guys extra food. So they came down and I couldn't, bro. And I got in trouble for opening my damn mouth, saying something, but I thought I could, but don't matter what you thought you could do. And another situation I've mentioned before, I'm living in this dorm. These people over here say, hey, you, can you tell this guy something? I go, yeah. So I tell them something, and they do this, and it's a big problem. And they come and say, who said that? And they say, well, Splinter. And I was like, no, because I got it from him. And he says, I didn't say it. And I'm like, and everyone's looking at me like, why'd you do that? So I just learned quickly, dude, don't even say shit. It all comes down to the mouth, bro. There's so many times I've said something afterwards, just regretted it, bro. Rather than maybe talk some shit and gossip, it comes right back. You'll say you'll do something and end up not doing it. Like this one dude. He loaned me a pack of tobacco. I told him I was going to get him an ice cream. In addition, when I pay him back the pack of tobacco. He didn't ask for it. I said I would. Then later, I'm like, I don't want to give him an ice cream. I don't even like the dude. I just gave him his tobacco back. And he's like, what's up with the ice cream? I was like, I decided not to get it. It was an issue. We ended up slinging him. I should never even said nothing. I should have gave it to him since I said I did. Dude, control the mouth and you'll be just fine in prison. Yep. So, Michael Hill. People tripping on the YouTube channel. Has anyone tripped on my YouTube channel? Like, Splinter, you had a line? Loose lips sink ships. You're giving up information. You should be doing that. I did have an older dude get a hold of me. He was like, what's up with that? And I had some younger dudes get a hold of me. Like, what's up with that? The younger dudes get it. Oh, social media? Oh, cool. The older generation does not get it so much. And I try to be like, what do you mean? And they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? It was like, hey, bro, look at it. This is my autobiography. You know, video version of it. Dude, I'm not. I said, bro, I'm telling some stories and you're not in them. So it's pretty much cut and dry up to that point. And no one's in them, you know, that's, yeah, my stories, bro. Is I'm not stepping on any toes and just. So the question is, anybody tricked on me? No, not really. And as time goes by, I start to think, man, if I were to get busted, I know I'd be fine in county jail. I just might be fine in Wasco. I just might be fine in the main line. Who knows? I'm not trying to find out. But bro, I'll tell you who did have a problem with it. I have a homeboy. A good homeboy of mine. He got shot and killed. And New Folsom put in work by the cops. I brought him up a couple times because he's a solid ass dude. I even mentioned his name. And his people got me comment sections like, you know, what do you bring him up for? He's gone. But I mentioned him in high esteem. I have much respect for this dude. When I brought his name up, it was just to give him props. To say, dude did this. He put it down. Much love to this dude. And still they're like, why are you bringing him up? He's gone. Don't bring him up. And I had to be like, look, I apologize. Dang. So that's the only time anything like that has happened. And dude, I don't know. So that's what's up there. I come fully respectful at all times. Ye Boy said, stories on how domestic violence was an issue. Someone went in there and got dealt with over domestic violence. And it's like this, when I first started doing time, it was not an issue at all. Not even an issue. Check paperwork, domestic violence is not something to look for. But towards the end of my prison career, I start hearing about people getting beat up for domestic violence. And most of these on the level 4s. And I heard about some on level 3, and people were saying, look for that paperwork. So towards the end, yes. But at the same time, it depends on who it is. Because prison is like a popularity contest. Like when I was at CMC West, the word was, if someone comes from CMC East, which is at no good level 3, they drop points and come to the level 2 yard where we're at. If they do that, get them. Get anyone who comes from CMC East. They're no good. Look for those fools. So that was my mindset until I find out the dude who had the keys, who had control of this skinhead named Sparks from Riverside, who everyone just loved and adored and held in high regard. He came from CMC East. So it's like, blah, 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 blah. What do you mean? What do you mean? So it's like, and just like Homeboy back in the day, this dude comes in with thug life on his stomach. He's not even claiming Crip. He's a white dude with thug life. The Woods want to get him. That's a white Crip. He kicks with the blacks, got thug life. They want to move on him. Then a straight up, certified, legit white Crip came in, banging, had the hood tattooed on him and all that. And the Woods are like, well, that's not, I'm not saying the whole Woods. I'm just saying a couple of troublemakers. Well, let's leave him alone. He looks like he might actually fight back. So it depends on who it is when it comes to rules being broken. So trip on that. David Sanders, stories about people getting removed that should not have. Bro, when I was at D yard, homeboy, I was in D4. Fingers from P9 was in D1. He had the key suit over there. He was running it. He ended up removing some dude. He had to get out of there. The reason why, he was getting checked in his cell. Some dude was, some youngster first termers getting beat up for some minor infraction. And I guess he was making sound. Like, pardon me, excuse me, tell me I'm supposed to get bombed on hush, in silence? I mean, it's just natural to be like, If you're getting bombed on, it might actually take your breath away from you can't control it. So he was making sounds while getting beat up, got rolled up for that. Said he was like dry snitching, telling on the dude beating him up, trying to get the cops' attention. We were just thinking, whatever. Came over to our building, and the dude who had the keys to our building said, hey, if he isn't good enough to live in D1, if he isn't good enough to be over in that building with them, he's not good enough to be over here with us. So we're not going to get there trash. He's like, he's not trash. Some dude got beat up for pretty much nothing, and then he got removed for making some sounds while getting beat up for nothing, and now he's like, in your opinion, trash has to keep on moving down the line. And that's what happened. He didn't have it coming. Shit happens, bro. This youngster got beat up, dude. This youngster got beat up on the farm. The dude who had keys to the farm said this youngster was causing a problem with the blacks. Disrespected the blacks. And he sent a couple of dudes on him. He's in the bathroom busting a leak. And they rushed him from the back, homeboy, and was peeing straight out of line. Beat him up. Knocked him out. Rolled him on out of there. And the dude said the reason was, disrespect the blacks. We're like, oh, okay. Then we thought about it. Wait a minute. There's only 2 blacks in this whole barracks. And they're real quiet in the corner. No one's disrespected about them for anything ever at any time. We started thinking about it. Did some investigating. Know that youngster had been kicking with dude's old lady on the streets. So he smarted him up. Handled him. That dude ended up getting broke off. Way worse than the youngster did. You know, it's funny they got him when he was peeing too. But it was worse. So yeah, bro, it's out of line. Josh Robinson. What happens if a fat old guy comes in there? He's like, dude, what happens if some like 350 pound, 450 pound, 500 pound obese person comes in there is a mandatory workout? And I thought about that. Because I'd never seen anyone that large come through. And I think because people like that aren't breaking the law. I don't think they can get in a car and drive. I think they have trouble even running. I don't think people like that are out there criming. I've never seen them. If they did come through, heck yeah, homeboy, mandatory workout. I don't care if you only do 1 push-up, do something. Old people get love all the way to the max. Nothing but love. I've told you about back in the day, that dude came through. He was real old, called his family, took care of him, said, don't worry, we got this. We filled out the paperwork for him so he can get sheriff's parole. He was like, he didn't know where he was at. He was confused. The family was worried. We'd call every day. Your dad's fine. Your dad's fine. We got his dad out. Pushed paperwork for him. Dad didn't know what was going on. We had to do it for him. Got him out on sheriff's parole. The family was so grateful. Put a bunch of money on one of the Homeboys books. One of the Homeboys books. He was going to keep it all for himself. Bro, they broke out they're going to slice him up, dog, because they felt like everybody should have some of that. You greedy bastard, and keep up for yourself. So, point being, old men get love. I had a dude who did a pyramid scheme. He fought it for 5 years. By the time the 5 years went by and he had to do his time, bro, couldn't remember nothing. He was my cellie. He kept wiping his butt and throwing the toilet paper in the trash can. And I tell him every day, don't do that. He couldn't remember yesterday. Couldn't remember what I told him. Old men get love, homeboy. It was crazy because that time that dude had a whole bunch of money. The guy who wiped his butt and threw it in the trash can. And his homeboys were so worried about me getting his store. But he never went to store. I went to store. I had chips and cocoa and soups, and that old man would just help himself. He had no idea where he even was, whose stuff this was, but if he wanted something, by God, he's going to help himself. And I just let him do it. Like, what am I supposed to do? That's what's up with that. Shotgun Sherman. How popular is Skinhead scene now? Not popular at all, bro. I never see anyone in boots and braces, tapered, bleached out jeans, Fred Perry's. Bro, I never see that. Snap caps and bombers. You just never see. Like, Skinhead's changed. Now Skinhead in the penitentiary, thriving. Thriving. Skinheads on the streets, boots and braces, the whole traditional style. You never see it, homeboy. You never see it. Ever in a band, he asked me. Shotgun Sherman. Yes, I was in a band called Richard Cranium. I played guitar. His next question was, why did you pick up the guitar? My dad had one. When I moved in with my dad, in the 7th grade, he had one sitting in the corner, and like, and it sounds so terrible. He's like, dude, I'll get you lessons. I'll get you lessons. That's how. Regular day in prison. A regular day in prison consists of working out, trying to eat, make sure you have much food as possible. Make sure you have something in addition to just a state issue, because that's not going to keep you fed. So you're going to work out, you're going to eat, and mail. Mail's a big thing. I'm going to do a video on Christmas talking about jail and Christmas. And it boils down to Christmas kind of sucks in jail because you don't get no mail. Mail's huge in there. I'm going to talk about it, bro. So regular day in prison is eating, working out, and mail. Yep. And then, of course, there's going to be some drama. And just hope you're not in the middle of it. That's what's up with that. So, bus, tenor, cheeks. What to do if a guy pukes in a cell? Dude, it could be major problems. If you don't really know the dude, and you go in there and you start puking, bro, major problems. He might just bust you up just like he feels like he has to. It's a disrespect issue. But if you're close, a lot of times you live with someone, you end up getting close. I mean, it's not going to be that big of a deal. When I had my abscess, and it got popped, they had to take me to the hospital, and I came back and I was leaking. I was all tore up in my cellie. I just met him right then and there. This named Chad. And it was leaking. He's like, bro, that's disrespectful to me. And I was like, what? He's like, well, it's disrespectful to you too. For them to put you in the cell leaking like that. You need to get some nurse attention. And he was mad the fact I was leaking blood everywhere, and I don't blame him. But then he had got beat up by the cops, and his shoulder was like dislocated. And he went to take a shower and raised his arms to dry off whatever, and dislocated him more. He was in tears, his arm was hanging out, and he's sweating everywhere. Dude's sweating everywhere, and I was like, dude, kind of disrespectful to me. And to you, to have you in this cell just sweating everywhere. Just saying. So yeah, bro, bodily fluids, homeboy, all bad. If you just know the dude. If you've been living there a while, I mean, you get closer than brothers, homeboy, after a while. So, the homeboy Tom, he got beat up in pre-trial back in the day for shit in his pants. Diarrhea everywhere, dope sick. Something you cannot control. If that's the case, so you stay in your cell. But you do something like that, you just have to get beat up. I mean, everyone's seen you do it. It's gross. It's gross, homeboy. And you didn't get hands laid on you just because, we could say, laid hands on the dude. Shit everywhere. So that's what's up with that. And Just the Barber, skinheads and wood fighting on the streets. Dude, when I kicked it with skinheads, one of the main skinheads that enemies have, other than other skinheads, would be the dirtheads. Skinheads do not get along with dirtheads. None of them. I'm talking about not even the sharps, not the Nazi skins, not the traditional. None of them like dirtheads. Dirtheads would be the dudes with the long hair, Metallica shirt wearing, Iron Maiden, Aerosmith. They got the Levi jacket with all the buttons on it. Maybe they got the moccasin boots, and they got like the big Iron Maiden back patch back there. And then maybe they got some handcuff and some on their belt loop, and maybe some leather thrown in there somewhere, some bandanas. And homeboy, dirtheads. I told you once before, me and this dude named Zach, this skinhead, got jumped by a couple of them at a store. Several of them. And then later on, boom, got my money. Found one of them and caught him slipping. And kicked him with my Joe Hawkins steel-toe boots. And almost got in trouble by authorities. But dude, when I quit hanging out with skinheads, because these so-called brothers of mine let me get beat up, jumped by the suicidal, this dude beat me up so much in a one-on-one, I just say I got jumped. He jumped me. Who's with them? Just him. Just him jumped me. And bro, he got that ass. And none of them dude busted a grape. Homeboy to have my back. So you know what I did? Since I was a skinhead, I grew all my hair out now. Now I'm a dirthead. And I start playing guitar. And I got me a Metallica shirt. And I got their little leather in there once in a while. And the moccasin boots. And homeboy, a leather jacket with an Iron Maiden patch. That's what I did. He also said Taft and Bakersfield's fight. I guess I was telling a story of my life. Got sidetracked. I do that sometimes. My bad. It's really difficult to keep two thoughts in your head at once. When you try, I'm training myself to look at two different directions at once. Like, look here at this eye, look here at that eye. I want to be able to keep a couple thoughts in there at once, jug them around. I do get sidetracked on stories. But dude, yes, I was in county jail, the farm once, with this dude. I think he was all roided out. He's always wanting to fight, had an attitude, from Bakersfield. In county jail, in Kern County, you have Bakersfield, Oildale, and Taft. Oildale and Bakersfield are pretty much synonymous. You could write a letter to Oildale and put Bakersfield on it, 92308. It'll get there. But Taft's way up there, a little bit different. This dude from Bakersfield, all roided out, had a problem with this dude from Taft. This was a one-on-one between them two. But you figure since he's from there, we're from here, it involved everybody. Gang mentality. Oh, our homeboy from Bakersfield's going to have a problem with dude from Taft? Well, then I have a problem with dude from Taft too. Homeboy's like, well, I got a problem with dude from Taft too. Dude over here's like, yeah, and I got a problem with dude from Taft too. So it's just going to be a big old rumble, and that's what it ended up being. Gangland mentality, homeboy. That's what's up with that. So, man, that's pretty much it. James Fall, outlandish story. The most outlandish story is when I was at CMC West. These people were coming from Delano Reception with the autograph from that drummer from Korn. They said, dude, the drummer from Korn is at Delano Reception. Look, we all got his autograph. Even some of the COs got his autograph. He's there, which is lame. Dude was on tour. They just put an album out. That's when the band was popping. People like that don't go to prison, bro. They get out of it. They get lawyers, and dog, if he'd have been there, we'd have all known it. Your autograph doesn't show nothing but how much of a knack you are. And with that, I'm going to cut the string and let it fly. Look for a badass video tomorrow. Peace.